Good morning, this is Mr. Greco. Just one announcement. Seniors, watch out today for an email about Bicycle Sunday. This Sunday, May 3rd, we will meet in the morning to enjoy a couple of hours together bicycling on the Bronx River Parkway. Social distancing and masks will be required and details will be outlined in the email. Today is Friday, May 1st. In many countries of the world, today is a national holiday. It is known as International Workers' Day, or Labor Day, or simply May Day. Of course, as Catholics and Christians, we view the world and its history as a struggle between good and evil. From the very first words of creation in the Bible, where God comments on how good creation is, to the entrance of the devil and sin and evil in the world, to our redemption from sin in our Lord Jesus Christ, and our daily struggle between good and evil, our lives and our history are indeed a struggle between good and evil, as we attempt to progress towards that which is good, true, and beautiful. Sometime in the middle to late 1800s, history became reframed, not as a personal and humankind struggle between good and evil, but an economic struggle between those who had money or capital, the capitalists, and those who provided work, or the laborers. This view of history resulted in the rise of socialism and communism, which saw labor movements and revolutions against capitalists and governments throughout the world. Of course, in many countries like the Soviet Union, when workers actually gained power, human nature, what it is, resulted in some of the most repressive regimes history has ever known, devoid of human dignity and freedom. Communism was destined to fail precisely because the very dignity it attempted to give laborers was taken away, as freedoms and the benefit of their work was stripped from them. Nevertheless, workers, like every human being created in the image and likeness of God, has innate goodness and dignity, which is why in the late 1800s Pope Leo XIII wrote Rerum Novarum on the rights and duties of capital and labor, where work is rightly defined as the noble co-participation in God's work of creation. And in 1955, Pope Pius XII instituted the Feast of St. Joseph the Worker, which celebrates workers and the dignity of human work as the very participation in the creative work of God. By work, humankind both fulfills the command found in Genesis to care for the earth and to be productive in their labors. St. Joseph, the carpenter and foster father of our Lord Jesus Christ, is a consummate example of the holiness of human labor. So, on today, the Feast of St. Joseph the Worker, a feast day that is special to the Montfort Academy through our St. Joseph the Workers Club. Our SAT word of the day is consummate. Consummate, C-O-N-S-U-M-M-A-T-E, which means the summit or fullness or perfection, the perfect example of something. And St. Joseph is a consummate example of the holiness of human labor. And by your example of scholarship, moral behavior, and by your work, you are consummate Montfort Knights. Have a good weekend, everyone.